What up, guys? This is Organically Natural, and I'm here with another video before I lay it down. My laundry's finishing up. But I wanted to come on and say, when people go ghost, let them. And what I mean by ghost is when people turn on you, when they turn their back and act like you don't exist, when they stop talking to you, for whatever reason that may be, let them. You can't make people be in your lives. What's that song? I can't make you love me if you don't. You can't make your heart feel something wrong. And basically what they're saying is I can't make you be what I want you to be. You're going to be you through and through because that's who God created you to be. But oftentimes, it's not even God who created you to be that way. This thing called life could make us bitter. This thing called life could make us see things one-sided or make it feel like we're standing alone in a crowd and the silence is louder than anything in this world, right? And so oftentimes I find that people, when they treat you like that, it ain't got nothing to do with you. They dealing with something internally that they don't know how to handle. So their only thing to do is to recluse, to become inside of themselves and and hide from what it is, excuse me, that is scaring them, because they talk so much about other people that they don't feel comfortable enough exposing their own problems. See, one of the lessons that I had to learn in life is that when you talk about other people, you're welcoming those negative things or positive things into your life. And even if you think that you're not, pay attention. Pay attention when things start going in a way that you don't want it to go, or you start to see subtle things that's happening to you that happen to other people, and you're like, oh, I never thought that such and such or this type of thing will happen to me. Well, guess what? The reason that it's coming to you is because the universe don't decipher the fact that you're speaking of somebody else. The only thing that they decipher is what is coming out of your mouth. And I think I learned this on Aladdin. And basically what it's saying is, your wish is my command. That's what it's saying. I remember I was going to tell a story because I was talking about how, I don't know. But anyways, I think for me personally, I know that I often look for the me in other people. I look for the qualities that I share. I teach people how I want to be treated by treating you in that manner. But what I realize in the grand scheme of things is that people take advantage of who you are. I realize that people take advantage of it, and they'll tell you in your face, oh, well, the reason people treat you that way is because you allow them to. No. When I ask them, because I'm going to get to that. When I asked them, well, what do you mean by that? And it says, well, based on the fact that you never get mad, you never get angry. It's not that I don't get mad, or it's not that I don't get angry. I don't feel like we have to belittle ourselves and degrade ourselves to a lesser standard in order to be heard or in order to be seen. Because just like at Bath and Body Works on this last Friday, lowering myself didn't make me feel better about myself. Lowering myself didn't make me look good in public. And so just because that's the easy thing to do doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do. And so what I'm saying to you guys is, just because I'm kind doesn't mean that I'm opening a door for people to think that I can be easily swayed or easily talked to any type of way or treated a certain type of way, or constantly put me on the back burner until everything else in your life isn't working. And then you constantly come back to me because I'm the only thing that makes sense. See, back in my 20s, I used to complicate my life because what's the song by the Indigo Girls is it's harder to learn. The hardest thing to learn is the least complicated. And I was always the least complicated. So what people felt is that, oh, well, because she's not complicated, I'm going to drop my problems on her. Because she's not complicated, I'm going to show up when I want to, and when I don't feel like it, I'm not. Because they felt that because I was quiet about how I felt, or because I didn't have to be boastful or brag or beg or whatever the case may be, or that I didn't have standards. And what they found out is the second time that they came back around, or the third time they came back around, second time around, I wasn't available anymore. the person that you had before you left the first time may not be there in the same capacity that you thought they were. I remember when I ended a 15-year plus friendship with a friend of mine, and it's so funny how life and the universe and God will have you not see things until it's too late, because they meant for you not to see those things, and they'll put blinders on, kind of how they put blinders on horses when they're walking downtown here in Charleston, giving tours and becoming the new slaves, giving tours to people downtown. And we went to a Christmas party at the owner house of the company we had worked for. And they wanted me to do karaoke, but I got really, really sick prior to, and I lost my voice. And I just knew that that was not what I wanted to be my first image around a whole bunch of people that I had only known for maybe 8 or 9 months. I didn't want to do my karaoke with that type of voice. So I kind of just chilled out in the background and listened to everybody else sing. And then she got up and she did the Adele, "Hello, it's me. Hello from the other side." And I didn't realize that she was talking to me. And I don't know, I think the song is an apology song, saying hello from the other side. At least I called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. I can't sing because I still got whatever this mess is in my chest from COVID, so it's affecting my vocal cord. I kind of feel like it's caught up between my thyroid gland and my vocal cords. I'm going to contact my doctor tomorrow and see if there's another solution or a scenario that we can figure out. Excuse me. But with all of that said, I didn't hear the message until it was too late. I didn't hear the message until 2 or 3, maybe a month or so later. And I was sitting there talking with one of the guys in production, and we were going back over everything that had happened that night at the party. And I'm like, oh, you know what? Now that we having this conversation, I just realized that she was really trying to work on building something back. And the only way that we've ever been able to come together after a big argument was through a song. But I was so disconnected from the abuse. I was so disconnected from the hurt and the anguish and the sorrow that I felt, that I was no longer available in the same capacity in which you had me in. See, right now, I know that God is working on me, and He's separating me from a lot of things and a lot of people. And before today or this year, I wouldn't have been okay with that, because I felt like I had to hold on to everything. I felt that I had to hold on to broken relationships, abusive marriages, neglectful relationships with family members, and verbally abusive relationship with family members and friends and coworkers. And what I realized is none of those things determine who my worth is. Actually, they give me the poise and the confidence to sit in front of you all and share my stories with you. And while it don't feel good in the process of going through these things, at the end of it all, I'm happy with the woman that I'm becoming. Because I have a young kid on my job who constantly comes to me, and everybody's like, well, he's like old enough to be your child. And I'm like, no, he's old enough to be my nephew. My child is only 10. So he couldn't, yes, by the grand scheme of age, yes, but by the scheme of me having my children, he's not old enough to be my child, because at his age, I wasn't mentally compatible or mentally capable of even thinking of giving birth to a child, let alone raising a child. God knew what He was doing when He gave me my daughter at 35. And so I hate when people use that saying that they're old enough to be your child. And I know why God sent him to me, because I remind him of his family. I remind him of the softness and the kindness and the gentleness of his family. Now, I do have a potty mouth because I work with men in the industry for over almost 9.5 years. And so those are things that I'm tweaking out. And I do my best to limit how much I curse because I really do want to better my vocabulary when it comes to that. But I make things make sense to him. I don't treat him like he's less than. I don't treat him like he owes me something to have a conversation with him. I don't treat him as if because I'm older than you, I have more wisdom than you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, my nephew has taught me a lot of things. And every time I clean up, I remember he and his mom was telling me a story. My sister and her son was telling a story of them cleaning up, and my nephew used to get so frustrated with her. And she's like, I don't understand why you're mad. And he finally says, because you're doing everything twice. Why would you pick it up and move it from one place and then have to, once you get it in, why would you pick something up out of your living room to move to your bedroom instead of just putting it where it goes the first time? And I started to think, you know what, that makes sense. And it was because that's how we were trained. You moved everything out of the room that it didn't go into. You put them in their respective rooms. And as you go to those rooms, we cleaned up that way. But looking back in hindsight, it just makes sense, A, to put things back in the first place when you're done with them. But B, we know life doesn't work that way. So when you are getting ready to clean up, instead of moving them from one spot to spot A to spot B to have to remove them and put them in spot C, just put it in spot C from the beginning. Y'all, excuse me about this cough. I promise you I'm calling my doctor tomorrow. My throat is raw. I've been doing this cough for over a month now. And I can't do it anymore. So anyways, with all of that being said, I don't know where I was going, but the whole point of this message, because I keep getting off of things by telling little stories here and there. Oh, me feeling like I can't learn anything from somebody younger than me, because I know that I can't. I know that even in my 45 years, I didn't get everything right. And I know about watching these kids grow up, like my daughter says to me all the time, good thing you got a younger kid. You're absolutely right. And I thank God for it. We went into the store the other day and she was like, don't you need your purse? And I'm like, no, I got my phone. And she told me, look at you trying to be all hip and stuff. No, I just learned that it's more convenient to have it in your phone. I know that I do need to create some type of safety barrier, so if I do lose my phone, that somebody can't just go in there and steal all of my information. I do understand that, and I will figure that out at some point. But it is what it is, what it is, what it is. At the end of the day, the whole point of this message is when somebody walks out your life, let them. And if you decide that they're able to come back in there when they're ready to, it cannot and will not be at the same capacity that they had you at the first time. Because what people tend to do is they tend to take advantage of the fact that they know that you will always be there. I remember I had a roommate that lived with me years ago. And when I finally told her, look, you got to go. I don't know where you're going, but you got 6 months to figure it out. And month 3, I realized that she wasn't even trying. I'm like, you think I'm playing with you, don't you? You really think that I'm not serious about the fact that you have to find yourself a place to go? And she was like, nah, blah, 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 blah. So month 4 comes by and we got 2 months left, still nothing. Month 5 comes by and we got 4 weeks left. That the 3rd week left, I went to the court and got an eviction notice. We went to court. We went through all of the things. She fought it with the judge. She got I think it was a 6 weeks continuance to find her a place to live because she lied and said that she didn't have any family members or anything in the area, so she needed a little bit more time to find a place to live. But her father lived less than 4 miles from where we were residing at. There were a lot of things that were going back and forth, and I was able to go and get a picture of the address and let them know that, she is in the system and you guys do have her permanent address because her father, she used to live with her father prior to living to me, so on and so forth. And once she was getting that writ and getting ready to be evicted, she ended up telling them, oh, well, this isn't even her place. This is her friend's place and she's in the military, blah, 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 blah. Well, that turned out to be the worst mistake of her life because what ended up happening is that because it was the military, it was expedited even faster than what the state judge and the county judge would have done. So it actually worked out in my favor. But in the process of all of that, she just thought that I would never cut her off. She thought that I would always be there. And she even said that to me as she was packing it. Well, we were helping her, packing and moving her to her new location. She said to me, I never thought that the day would come that you would just walk away. And see, what people don't understand is I am very forgiving for a reason. I give a lot of grace and mercy for a reason, because once I cut you out my life, there is no coming back. There is no smiling up in my face. There is no good morning. None of that. Because none of that is genuine nor is it sincere. And I don't want to wrap myself around people who really don't feel as if they value me. I know my worth. I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. I know that I'm a child of God. And I know that I have a purpose and a reason on here. And being friends with you may not be that. Whatever the capacity that God needed me to be in your life, I was. And once He has given you the lesson that I was bestowed upon to bring to you, He no longer sees me to serve you in any type of way. So I will continue to move on so that I can do His will and not anyone else's. I think that's it, y'all. I'm about to get ready to go to bed. I am exhausted. I am tired. I can barely keep my eyes open. I probably got like 3.5 hours of sleep last night. I wouldn't know because my watch died at work today. I put it on the charger at work, and unfortunately, actually, I could look at my watch died, but hopefully it syncs so that I'm able to look at that and see how much sleep I got. I got to be up early because it's going to be extremely cold in the morning. Well, not extremely cold. For the south, it's going to be extremely cold. But it's going to be about 20-something degrees tomorrow, and I got to get up probably about the time I get up, which is enough time to run some water to keep the pipes from freezing. And when I get up and go to the bathroom, I'll run some more water through the pipes. I'm going to leave the bathroom sink dripping just so that there's water moving in the pipes. And the great thing about the hot water heater, as long as there's cold water in, going out, it's going to pull up the cold water in order to create the hot water. So I'm going to keep that on, and I'm going to keep it on the hot setting and see how it goes. That's the best that I can do. I don't have anything to insulate it. I know this weekend I will go out there and throw a couple blankets on it to keep it protected. But that's that. I'm about to go to bed because I got an early morning in the morning, and I also have to get up a couple of times tonight to make sure that we don't have a problem with the hot water heater again, because we had that issue about a year ago and it was no fun. No bueno. But anyways, guys, let me get out of here. The lesson of this is all, when people go, let them go. When they ghost you, let them ghost you. It's not everybody is meant to go with you for in your entirety of your life. You're only going to have a good 3 to 5 friends in your life. Everybody is there. Everybody else is there for a reason in the season, and that's it. I'm about to get out of here, but keep it going, y'all. Keep your head up. Hold your chin up. Know that you are something. Know that your life isn't contingent of anybody liking you or being around you. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, love, and blessings. Bye.